Hello and welcome to Angela's Food and Wellness. I hope you're keeping well and staying safe. Today we'll be making the smoothest, creamiest mashed potatoes. Potatoes are a good source of potassium. They are quite rich in potassium, more potassium than bananas actually, and also have very good vitamin C content and vitamin B6. So the skin of red potato is actually where most of the fiber is as well. So it is quite rich, but we can't obviously match and use the skin for our mashed potatoes. But the skin is actually very beneficial to us as well. It is rich in fiber. So today we'll be making mashed potatoes with red potatoes. So red potatoes are slightly less starchy than the white potatoes, and so I have these ones that I noticed are starting to grow. I got them last week. It's summertime, so they do start to germinate if you don't use them on time. So I thought I would mash them up. So I'm going to show you how to make this delicious mashed potato recipe. So I've peeled the potatoes I'm going to use. I'll be using about 5 potatoes. So I have them peeled in the bowl. I'm also going to be using some butter, some scallions and chives, salt and seasoning, and about 2 tablespoons of double cream. So let's dig into it. I'm going to dice my potato into about 1-inch cubes, just really small, that small, so that it can cook properly and it will give us the texture we need for our mashed potato. So I'm going to dice them into cubes, just about 1 inch. My potatoes are diced and I've added some water to the pot I'll be cooking my potatoes in. I've added 1 knorr cube seasoning, a tablespoon of salt, and now I'm adding my diced potato to the pot. I'm also going to add 2 chunks of onion. I just want the flavor of that onion in the potato. I'm going to take the onion out before I mash my potato once it's cooked, so it's just for flavor. So that's why I haven't diced my onion thinly, so I'll take the onion out later. So I'm ready to cook, but I did reduce the water because it looks like I had way too much water. But all we need is just for the water to be at the level that it covers the potatoes. The potatoes are submerged completely, so that's all we needed to do. So I reduced some of that water that I initially had. So also I started boiling my potatoes with cold water, and this allows the potato to cook and soften so that we can get the texture we want for our mashed potatoes. I'm going to first of all bring the potatoes to a boil. Once it starts to boil, I'll reduce the heat and then let it cook slowly for as long as it takes for it to just be soft enough for a fork to go through it once you try it, or for about, I think I cooked this for about 10 minutes slowly, and then it was ready. Next, I'm going to strain the potato, get rid of the water and the onions I had in it, put the pot back on the cooker and add the potatoes in the pot. I'll just toss it around for a few minutes just so to get rid of any excess water in the potato, just to get as much of the water out as possible. I just let it just cook in the pot without water now, just the potatoes, no oil, no water. Just leave it on the cooker for a few minutes, turn it around until it starts to look like it's really dry. So that will get rid of any leftover water or any excess water the potato has absorbed. So after about maybe one or 2 minutes of drying out the potatoes, I'm ready to strain my potatoes. To place my potatoes, start adding my potato to my colander and then straining it through to get the smooth, creamy mashed potato we want. This is very manual and you have to be patient, otherwise you could get a potato ricer and use. I would leave a link below to Amazon where you can get a potato ricer if you want one, or a colander, but I'm using a colander today, and I'm going to just add my potatoes in batches and just mash the potatoes manually. It is very manual and you need some patience until you get as much of the potato through your colander. This might actually be quicker using the potato masher to push the potatoes through the colander. So I have discarded the wooden spoon and I'm using my potato masher, and it seems to be working faster and more effective. So yeah, that sped up the process. So the potatoes are done. I've set that aside for a minute. I've put a saucepan on the cooker on low heat, and I've added about 2 tablespoons of butter just to melt it before adding to the potatoes. So I'm going to add my melted butter into my strained potatoes, and then I'll mix that together. So that gives it a very rich, delicious taste and texture as well. So set that aside. Once you mix the butter and the potatoes, and then using the same saucepan, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of double cream, and I'm going to bring that to the boil. I'm also going to add some crushed garlic and a finger of rosemary, just for that very nice flavor in the end. So next I'm going to dice my chives and my scallions very thinly, and just to garnish my mashed potato once I'm done. So the cream is starting to boil, and I've turned off the heat, and I'm just going to strain that as well and add it to my mashed potato, and then mix everything together. So mix your cream in and continue to just stir it and mix it together until you achieve this smooth, creamy, fluffy texture. Trust me, this is so delicious. It is really, really tasty. But potatoes are similar to rice, so high in carbs, but potatoes do give us some fiber and some goodness as well. So again, moderation is key here. At this point, you could add a bit more butter to it, or you could leave it as is. I normally add the butter just to have this melting butter look, that's all. Otherwise, I think it was okay in terms of taste. So lastly, I'll garnish my mashed potato with some scallions and diced scallions and chives. A smooth, creamy mashed potato is ready. It is very delicious. It is a nice way to make your mashed potato. It's free of lumps. It's just smooth in the mouth. It's really quite nice. So I hope you find this useful and you get to try this recipe, this way of making mashed potato. And do leave your feedback, your comment. Let us know how you get on. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay safe and God bless.